Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Everett Graves, and I'm here to introduce you to Buyer.com, the next evolution in online retail. Buyer.com is an online marketplace that gives consumers the ultimate shopping experience. Currently, shoppers are forced to search the internet endlessly for deals or settle for obsolete inventory. Retailers are leaving money on the table with poor pricing, strategy, and execution, and brands are having brand equity destroyed and inventory devalued like never before. Finally, the entire e-commerce industry is lagging in both customer experience and entertainment. To solve this, Buyer flips the entire retail equation on its head. We capture consumer demand, eliminate inefficient retailer pricing, and protect brand value like no one else does. We do this through simplified product listings, dynamic pricing input, algorithmic matching, and the most addictive online shopping experience around. Let's see how this works in action. Whether you're a brand or a retailer, Buyer provides you the tools to set up dynamic pricing models to maximize your inventory value. In this example, we can see that there's a retailer with 100 units on their shelf, a MAP price of $150, and a wholesale cost of $70. They set up a dynamic pricing model where they start out at $125, decreasing to $100 and bottoming out at $75. This represents almost $10,000 in total potential revenue with a healthy revenue margin of about 28%. We can see that there's currently 99 existing prices out there that have not been matched by our algorithms to the dynamic pricing model. Let's see how this changes on the consumer side. Using real-time price feedback, we allow consumers to set any price they want. Let's see if we can get 20% off. As soon as this price is submitted, our algorithms go to work and automatically aggregate this single price with the 99 existing prices that have not been met. Together, we're able not only to match this one consumer, but aggregate all 99 together and clear 100 orders in one swoop. Finally, we've been able to build a platform that not only aggregates consumer attention, but also aggregates consumer purchasing power in real time. In the traditional retail model, retailers are either sacrificing sales or they're sacrificing margin, but they're definitely leaving money on the table. In the Buyer model, retailers are free to capture consumer demand across the entire spectrum of consumer purchasing and ensure they never leave a single cent on the table. Over the last few quarters, our algorithms have matched well over half of all prices submitted, contributing to our conversion rate well above our internal goal of 3%. The Buyer model works with more expensive products, which contributes to our higher average order value and our significant gross merchandise volume over that same time frame. It's important to note that all this revenue has been generated exclusively from organic and word-of-mouth marketing and no paid acquisition channels, leaving us massive upside when we roll those out in the next 2 quarters. Some of you may be asking why now, and there's a couple of reasons. First, marketplaces like Amazon have exploded in growth, but they've reduced competition just to price, especially around attaining the buy box. Second, retailers who are no longer limited by geography in their market have been forced to go online to find new customers while also adhering to brand pricing policies. Top brands don't fit into any of the existing marketplace molds, where there's ultimately a downside to listing your inventory from a pricing or an audience perspective. And finally, the entire industry is lagging in consumer experience and fun, struggling to translate the joy of shopping offline to an online experience. E-commerce continues to explode in both growth and market size, but we believe we're still in the infancy of online shopping. Companies like Amazon do a great job providing consumers with vast selection and emphasize low prices. Companies like Nordstrom provide unparalleled customer service and access to the top brands. And companies like eBay and upstarts like Goat and Drop are trying to reinvent the consumer experience. But we think all have failed, and there's no existing company until now that checks all 3 boxes, providing consumers with the world's best products, the world's best deals, and the most engaging, addictive shopping experience online. As we begin to grow the Buyer platform, we're focusing on small appliance, apparel, footwear, and sporting goods as our initial target verticals. Of those verticals, we're focusing on just the online penetration as the market we're going to go after. As I mentioned before, we only target the top brands in any given vertical, And then we think the largest opportunity to unlock here is by helping specialty retailers make not only the digital transition, but give them the tools to compete with major players. The buyer business model is simple. We charge a transaction fee of the gross merchandise volume we help sell, and then a monthly seat fee per retailer for access to the platform. We're also planning on rolling out a data licensing fee where customers can pay to access the world's best market retail intelligence that they've never seen before. Collectively, this represents a significant potential of online revenue annually with very little overhead and very little operational costs. To acquire customers, Buyer focuses on long-tail keywords from highly knowledgeable customers ready to buy. From there, we use social, email, and messaging platforms to re-engage with customers that have visited our site. Finally, we use peer-to-peer referrals in the form of rewards and gamification to unlock another level of viral growth. This allows us to target an ultimate customer acquisition cost of $20 and a lifetime value of $70, which we can grow in the future. To acquire suppliers, we're going to focus on inside sales initially, and then later expand to both brand and industry partnerships to help us go top-down and eliminate the need for a massive sales force while also acquiring the best customers in the industry. The Buyer business team has a background in economics with decades of retail experience, while the Buyer technology team has worked together for over a decade on projects such as MagInfo, Autodesk, and Dassault. Together, we're upending the traditionally late adopters in the retail industry to change how people buy and sell forever. So far, we've raised only from local angels without any institutional investors, while maintaining a low burn rate that allows us to operate agilely. We're going to use any new investment almost exclusively on customer acquisition to set us up for huge growth in 2021 and beyond. The industry is desperate for not only simple, but easy-to-use solutions around the transaction, which has given rise to acquisitions like Jet and Honey for more than $3 billion. We plan to move into that space and be the next big acquisition in e-commerce. Over the next 5 years, Buyer will transition from being the best new innovative retail platform to the industry leader in marketplace intelligence, using that vast data set to change the way consumers buy and retailers sell forever. We appreciate your time and are looking forward to converting you into one of our loyal customers in the future.